The modernization of the People's Liberation Army continues to evolve rapidly, particularly in the domain of unmanned warfare. Recent field exercises conducted by Chinese ground forces illustrate how deeply robotics and artificial intelligence are being embedded into the PLA's frontline infantry units. This shift reflects China's growing focus on technological warfare and signals a significant transformation in the structure and doctrine of future combat operations, especially in scenarios involving Taiwan. One of the most revealing developments is the deployment of robotic quadrupeds, often referred to as robot dogs and robot wolves, during live military drills. These machines, equipped with automatic rifles, grenade launchers, smoke dispensers and electronic warfare modules, were seen operating in tandem with human soldiers. Their formation followed a 3x3 configuration, an established tactical layout that now includes both manned and unmanned elements. Notably, the number of robotic units matched the number of human soldiers, maintaining a near 1-to-1 ratio. This suggests a strategic intent to normalize autonomous systems at the squad level. While the exercise footage showed close spacing between robots and troops, likely for visual demonstration purposes, in real combat the spacing would be wider. Standard infantry tactics typically maintain distances of 10 to several dozen meters between units to reduce vulnerability to concentrated fire and to enable tactical flexibility. The pairing of robotic systems with infantry allows for greater coverage of terrain, faster response to threats, and sustained pressure on enemy positions without exposing personnel to direct fire. In parallel, recent drills at PLA training grounds have demonstrated the integration of multi-rotor drones and unmanned ground vehicles. These machines serve diverse functions, ranging from fire support to forward reconnaissance. Larger unmanned vehicles carry mounted weapons and limited armor, allowing them to act as mobile shields behind which soldiers can maneuver. Smaller unmanned platforms, some resembling toy-sized vehicles, are used to scout unfamiliar or high-risk areas, feeding real-time data back to command units. Collectively, these developments suggest a shift from experimental deployment to broader operational integration. China appears to be moving beyond centralized robotic units and is instead incorporating unmanned assets directly into its most fundamental tactical formation, the infantry squad. With unmanned systems increasingly embedded in the core of battlefield operations, the number of deployable assets per squad may now exceed traditional personnel counts. Where once a 9-member team might have sufficed, future PLA squads could consist of more than a dozen combat units when drones and robots are included. This shift is also being driven by advances in artificial intelligence and remote control systems. It is becoming increasingly feasible for a single soldier to simultaneously manage multiple robotic assets, multiplying force projection without increasing personnel. As China continues to invest heavily in AI research and military automation, the trend toward a predominantly unmanned battlefield becomes more plausible. From a strategic perspective, this technological evolution enhances Beijing's ability to conduct high-risk operations, such as a potential amphibious assault on Taiwan, while mitigating personnel losses. A hypothetical landing force, following a series of long-range missile and air strikes, could consist largely of robotic and drone units spearheading the operation. These unmanned machines, immune to fear and fatigue, would face Taiwan's defenders alongside, but also ahead of, live troops, applying constant pressure while exposing fewer PLA personnel to direct fire. Such a development raises urgent questions for regional defense planning. The possibility that Chinese landing forces could lead with autonomous machines, equipped for lethal and electronic combat, represents a marked departure from traditional amphibious doctrine. It also presents a challenge for conventional forces: how to respond to waves of unmanned attackers operating with human coordination but without human vulnerability. This evolution in PLA capabilities underscores a larger trend in Chinese military strategy, prioritizing technological asymmetry and preemptive innovation. The embrace of robotics is not merely a tactical upgrade but a strategic message. China is preparing for high-tech, high-intensity conflict scenarios, and it aims to do so with minimal human cost on its side. As the region continues to grapple with growing tensions and shifting power balances, the proliferation of unmanned combat systems in China's arsenal represents a new dimension of risk. For those who may face these systems in a future conflict, the challenge will not only be technological but psychological, confronting machines that never retreat, never hesitate, and never bleed.